Hello there. I was thinking of making from time to time some unedited short videos in which I will just show you some of my rapid games or some other games which I find destructive, or maybe even some positions or something like this. So the idea is that, well, I am not showing my face because it's that way it's much quicker for me to record and to upload video. But so maybe I can do this more often. So this is my Lichess profile, as you can see on the page. Um, just for a quick update, I'm still tilted. I still am. I have fallen below 2,000 points in rapid. You can see my not very nice. You can see here I was. Let's zoom this out. So here I reached 2019, and then huge drop, even below 1900. Well, this stuff happens, so now I'm again climbing up. I guess I will be 2000 again very soon, but this happens when you got tilted, you got some several bad games, and then you desperately want to come back to your old rating, and this usually doesn't work that well. And you can also see, well, my other ratings are pretty much the same. You can also see that I did some progress in puzzles, so I'm now 2300 in puzzles. I used to be 2100, so I got some 200 points in my puzzles. So this is nice. Okay, I wanted to show you my last game. I played this today. Let me just see, where are the games? Okay, so this is the game. Let's go back. Okay, so the idea of this game is to show you the importance of quick development and what can happen if you stuck your king in the center and ignore the development. The things can go south very quickly. So I want to share this with you in this video. So I played as black here. My opponent was white, obviously. So he played e4, e5, and he went for King's Gambit. On King's Gambit, I usually reply with Volksbeer counter gambit. Now he takes, and now usual response, old classical romantic response is to push this pawn. Okay, let's go to analysis. I'm sorry. Okay. So the old variation, the classical variation, the variation in which black seeks the advantage is to play e4 here. But I play here e takes e4, and this immediately equalizes. So from now on the game is equal, and I'm just continuing my looking to go for my normal development, something like this. And I don't care about grabbing this pawn right away. I can even gambit the pawn, give away this pawn if need be. If white insists on defending this pawn, I will give away this pawn, and I will have a more dynamic game and advantage development and so on. And you can see how this happened in this game. So queen e2 check. So he was afraid that I will take the pawn, I guess. So he wanted to, he was hoping maybe to exchange queens, and then I cannot take this pawn. Okay, I played bishop e7. So I'm now I'm in the mode of developing. So he made a queen move, I made a developing move. So now all the time I'm just trying to develop. So we'll see how it goes. So he played c4. Now he's protecting this pawn, and this is usually a mistake. This is seen in Scandinavian and some other defenses, and you don't want to do this, and you'll see now why. So knight f6, so just develop. d4, he's now attacking my pawn, of course, and he's taking the center. So this looks nice, but he's neglecting his development. He played the too much pawn moves. So until now he only played with his pawns and his queen. So developing bishop to g4. Engine doesn't approve every of these moves. He thinks some of these moves are inaccuracies, but I think from the human perspective this is how you should play. So bishop g4, developing again. So I have now 3 pieces developed, and his queen is under attack. He's blocking with the knight f3, but now his knight is pinned. I castle, so again developing move. Bishop takes f4. Okay, he's developing, and he's grabbing the pawn, and this is the mistake. So he was so much into this pawn, and now he's a pawn up, that he neglected my threat. And now it's move 8, and already this is a lost game, because his king is in the center, his queen is misplaced, his knight is pinned. I got almost all my pieces developed. So even if you don't see tactical opportunities here, you can see that black is much better, just from these considerations. And now the tactical blow just comes handy. So rook to e8. The threat is to give the check and then to just take the queen. You can see that queen and the knight are aligned. Queen and king, sorry, are aligned. So there is not much he can do. So he tries to play a knight to... I mean, this is lost from the engine, from any perspective. He plays knight c3, now stopping me for giving the check. But now I have a very nice tactical move, tactical resource. You can pause the video and try to find the move here if you want. There are more than one moves actually which win, but one is very nice and it wins forcingly. Okay, so if you had your chance to pause the video. So I played bishop c5. Okay, I'm sorry, I just realized that you can see the moves, so it doesn't make much sense to pause the video when you see the moves, but okay. Sorry about that. So bishop c5 I played, and now his queen is under attack, and his pawn is falling, and his knight is pinned. So the only way to protect his queen, engine in fact thinks it's best just to give up the queen, but the only way to protect the queen is to block with bishop e5. But you can see now everything is pinned, that I can just take this pawn. And now he has no way of defending this bishop, so he will lose a piece because this knight is pinned, so this knight doesn't participate in anything. So he tries to move away with his king, and now he has just lost the piece. And now he lost the piece. I have everything developed, and my knight will soon be developed. So now you just need to be calm. It is true that here I am up a piece and I am technically winning, but still he can now do some desperado attacks, because if you look at his position, he does have some open lines. So he has these open lines, he has rooks, he has bishop, the light square diagonals are open. So he might have some surprises here, and if I'm not careful, he could maybe launch some kind of attack. So he plays bishop to d3. I am now exchanging the knight. Okay, there are now several reasons. I mean, if I'm up in material, I just want to exchange, so I can just exchange everything. And also, if so, I took with the bishop, and now if he takes with the queen, I think there are some tricks involved. I saw this. Yeah, I can probably just bring my knight with tempo and hitting this and so on. So he didn't, so if he takes the queen, I think I have this move, which is very nice. And you can notice that this knight is pinned all the time. So even though he moved his queen, his knight is still pinned. So he didn't take with the queen, he took with the pawn. Okay, now the danger for black is if black decides for some reason to neglect his development, this can be very dangerous. So I could, the natural move maybe would be just to continue exchanging, but you can see that I'm not in hurry to exchange because this knight is pinned, so I want to develop. So don't neglect your development, even if you're piece up, if you're rook up, you still need to think about your development. Don't just play on autopilot and okay, now I'm piece up, I'll just exchange and this will be it. But think about development. So I'm still thinking about my development, and I'm now developing the knight. He plays h3. Okay, so he wants to solve this position. He's basically forcing me to exchange. But I have in between move, which is a developing move, knight c5. So now, so now I'm hitting the queen. So I'm improving my knight, and so he cannot take. So you can see that my two last moves was development, and now my knight is centralized practically. So queen to d4, hitting my knight. Okay, but now again I don't have to worry about him taking my knight, because I can take this knight and I'm still hitting the rook. So rook takes f3, g takes f3. He has to do this because otherwise I'll take his rook. And now I played b6, so I like this knight very much. You can see that he doesn't have a b pawn. and his d pawn is passed, so this is basically an outpost, so he cannot challenge my knight with any pawns, so I have this very nice knight here. So the moral of the story is, even if you're ahead of material, you have to think about placement of your pieces. You cannot let your pieces be active and undeveloped and think that the game will win itself just by virtue of having being advantageous in material. So he played rook g1, and now he's trying to do some. Okay, he did open g file. Okay, maybe not like this, but he can make some threats here. You can see that by putting his rook on g file, I have to think about this knight, because now he's defended by the queen. If this queen wasn't here, he could just take, because I cannot take with the pawn, because the pawn is pinned. So he's now trying to do some tactical complications, but I just need to play carefully. So rook d6, queen d6, improving the queen and still guarding the knight. Bishop to d3. Now he wants to do some threats, I guess, but I can just take it. I don't mind exchanging, especially when he has an attacking piece and the lines and diagonals are open. So even if I'm not ahead of material, in fact, even if I was down the material, I will probably make this trade, because this bishop is very dangerous. So I take with check. He takes. Queen to e5. Now I want to exchange queens and just get this over with. Now we exchange all the minor pieces. I am a knight up, so the only chance he has is when he has a queen. There is always a chance that he will try to surprise me or mate me, or even stalemate. Not stalemate, but give me perpetual check. Queen can do this kind of stuff. So now I'm just wanting to exchange the queens. He naturally declines exchanging the queens. I try again. I offer the exchange. He played queen d4. Now we are just repeating the moves. Okay. And now I don't want to draw, so I play the g6. So g6 is just closing this file, and now he has no prospect. I can bring my knight here. From here, my knight here go here on f4 or on g3, or even here on f5. So I have plenty of options. He played f4, trying to, I don't know what, but I just played queen to f5. Now I'm hitting the rook, and also by playing f4. Sorry, he's giving me this e4 square. So now I have e4 square, and now at this point he just blundered the rook. He didn't see this threat. He played the rook to g5, hitting my queen. Wanted to make some threats, but then I just took the rook, and I have to say that my opponent didn't show very good sportsmanship. He just left the game at this point. Well, I guess he was. I can understand. I don't support this kind of behavior, but I can understand, because this can be very frustrating when from move 8 someone is all the time making threats, and you can't just do anything about this. Okay, so this is a short video. I just wanted to show you this short game. It's an instructive game, so I think you might like it. And well, this is it for now. See you soon with more chess. Cheers.